This beast is the Allpowers 2500 watt power station. And if you're not familiar with this sort of thing, basically it's a big lithium battery and an inverter. So this will power just about anything you could need out camping, out boating, on a remote job site, or even in your home if the power goes out. So mainly it has four regular domestic 20 amp outlets, as well as, for crying out loud, an RV outlet. Keep in mind this is good for 2500 watts, so that would run an air conditioner. Back into the 12 volt, we have a selection of generic 12 volt outlets there, and the ubiquitous cigarette lighter style outlet. And then over on this side, for all the things we really need, some USB-Cs, as well as a bunch of USB-As, and as well a fantastic display. The main thing that this is telling you, and you probably can't see this in the sun, I'll show you later, is its current state of charge, as well as the number of watts going in, the number of watts going out, and an array of other things we'll get into in a bit. But there's more. Coupled with the Allpowers 400 watt portable solar panels, it becomes an all-in-one solar generator. Let's get this set up because this is pretty cool. Now this comes as a really handy little sort of briefcase type arrangement, and all the wires are stored in this end panel. It also has these really neat pull-out stands that would make the whole thing stand up and face the sun for each panel. However, we won't use that today because we're very windy up here. Okay, let's open this up. See, a stand for every panel. Isn't that just splendid? And as I said, the end one has the wires tucked into it. And we're going to send that off to the power station. As it is rather windy today, I'm going to take advantage of the little integrated tie downs and make sure this doesn't blow away anywhere. Could it have been a more perfect fit? Okay, let's plug it in and make some power. There's a little door over here on the left side, which includes the port to charge from your AC home power, a circuit breaker for that circuit, and a solar connector. Right off the bat, it'll start to run the battery charger circuit in here. We'll probably hear a fan just start up in a few seconds. There it is. And let me tell you, we are currently charging 223, 240, 250 watts off these panels on this sort of obliquely sunny day. Love this thing. I should mention on the other side, there's another little door that opens, which gives you connectors for 2 external batteries if you really want a massive powerhouse. First things first, let's plug in some shore power. And I'm not going to plug this heavy arrangement straight into the plug because the strain on that outlet would be a bit too much. So I'll use an extension cord, very convenient, and simply plug this in here. And now we have shore power for the boat while we're cruising. It's just amazing. The inverter is just starting up. You can't see it, but in a moment this will be sending over 1,000 watts down to the charger to charge the house batteries. And I've limited it to 1,000 watts on the charger on the boat, just to make sure that none of the wires are overtaxed. That's plenty. Here it's starting to get to work. I love it. But there's more. On a beautiful day like today, this is going to produce way more power than we can ever use on the boat. So it's a great opportunity to get some work done while we're sitting here.
Having the Allpowers 2500 aboard completely changed the comfort of cruising. It meant we could continuously cruise and stay wherever we wanted without ever having to worry about power. Here, one early evening, I thought, let's try to set it up on its stands and see how much of an improvement it made in solar gain. And it only took a few minutes, and lo and behold, suddenly we were getting almost 3 times the power. Pointing at the sun makes a huge difference. The display panel offers a huge amount of information, but most importantly, at least to me, is the total capacity, shown here as 100%, and the input power and the output power. That pretty much gives you everything you need to know. All Powers completely ends the age-old requirement to have a noisy, stinky generator in a beautiful, quiet harbor like this, and that makes me very happy. Also included is this handy pouch for various cables, and it comes with a standard AC charging cable because, of course, you can charge this device at home, waiting for that next trip away. Like any self-respecting modern electronic device, the 2500 has Bluetooth connectivity, which connected instantly, worked very well, simple, straightforward, with all the information you need. Plus, I had the ability to start the 120 volt circuit from downstairs and charge my house batteries without ever having to go up onto the roof. Quite handy.
Well, my final thoughts on the All Powers 2500 is that it's absolutely fantastic. Coupled with the 400 watts of solar, turns it into a solar generator that has been just powering everything we've needed on the boat for the last couple of weeks. That includes refrigeration, occasional hot water. It's a real powerhouse with over 2,000 watt hours of capacity. Imagine the hero you'll be the next time you turn up at a campground with your buddies and plunk this thing down. They'll be plugging everything into it. Anyway, as I've said before, I don't have much experience with these. This is the first one of these types of devices I've ever had, but it does everything it claims to do, and it does it really, really well. If that's the sort of thing you might be interested in, All Powers has extended a 10% discount on everything on their site, and the details of that are down below. Anyway, if you're interested in one of these, have a look. I'm certainly enjoying it.